Hey friends, so today I'm getting ready for New Year's Eve. I've got a bunch of stuff going on. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve and I'm just gonna do finishing touches. So today is the big prep day. I've got a lot to do, so come with me. The first thing I've got going on is some Sous Vide. I have a sirloin tip roast in here. I put some soy sauce, Worcestershire, a lot of garlic, salt, pepper, and some other seasonings. And then I double bagged it and used the water displacement method to seal it and get the air out. So now it is sitting in a nice little water bath at 140 for I'm gonna probably do about 40 hours, but 17 is enough. But I'm just gonna go as long as I can, and then when I'm ready to serve it, I'll just pop it out, rub it in some oil and soy sauce, maybe some herbs, and give it a good sear, and then let it rest to slice and serve. Hopefully it turns out well. I've actually had this guy for about 2 years, and I've only used it once, so this is a good test to see if I can break it out more and do more. And then right next to my sous vide, I am melting some butter to make a French onion soup. I'm gonna let these caramelize for a really long time. And then I think I'm going to, use the sherry and the garlic and everything out of the pot, put it in my crock pot, and just leave it on low till we're ready to eat it so the flavors get really rich. Hopefully it turns out well. Let me start by slicing these puppies up and popping them in. I really hope this is worth the tears that I have on my face right now from chopping all these onions. We pop these in. We're gonna let them go for a long time until they are perfectly caramelized. We are about 25 minutes in, just starting to brown a tiniest bit of color on them, but I'm gonna give them a lot longer. I want them to be super sweet. All right. Boy, these are ready. Our caramelized onions look amazing. I'm preparing the stock in the slow cooker, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I'm gonna put some garlic in here, get it nice and fragrant before deglazing with some sherry. And over here, I am making some mashed potatoes. Oh yes, they're ready too. I'm gonna add some garlic to this. Open this bottle of sherry, and we're gonna do about half a cup to deglaze. Now that these look amazing, I'm going to put them into my broth in the crock pot. In my broth, I just have some beef stock, 7 cups, a bay leaf, I put some thyme, salt, pepper. Maybe I'm just gonna leave it on warm till tomorrow, and then I'll pump it up to low and just taste as I go and see how it's coming along. So messy in here, stuff everywhere. Divine! Now I'm going to be making the famous Molina shrimp cocktail. You have never had shrimp cocktail like this. It's amazing. So what I did is cut up some shrimp. I just kind of cut them in half. You can keep them whole, but I like to cut them a little bit smaller because you're gonna eat it on top of a cracker. So this gives you like the perfect bite in my opinion. And then we're going to mix it with all the delicious things. Then I like to let it sit at least overnight so all the flavors absorb into the shrimp, and it's gonna be delicious. This recipe is kind of like a cross between a shrimp cocktail with that fresh tomatoey flavor and ceviche with lime, and it kind of sits and marinates. It's just so good. I've thrown the shrimp in here with just some salt and pepper, and I'm going to add all the other ingredients. I have a big bottle of Clamato. That is the base of all of the flavor. And then you use lots and lots of ketchup. I can't give you exact measurements. You really have to kind of do it to taste. And part of it is that you have to taste it the next day and tweak it then as well. It's not gonna taste as strong as it will in the morning after it sits in the fridge and kind of thickens up. We're gonna put Clamato ketchup. I have this little Bloody Mary mix. It has no alcohol in it. It's just what you add to the alcohol. And that's just gonna give us some more spicy seasoning. You don't have to use it, but since I have it, I'm gonna throw it in for sure. Then a bunch of cilantro, fresh cilantro, some onion, and avocado, which I may have to add tomorrow. I'm not sure if my avocado is quite ripe yet. I almost forgot, and it's very important. Lots and lots and lots of lime juice. Added about half the bottle, but this is one of the big bottles. I probably should have gotten the smaller one, and that would have been the perfect amount. I think I'm gonna add the whole rest of this bottle, all of it. I know it sounds crazy. If you're a ketchup hater, look away, but honestly the ketchup is the best part because it thickens it up, it gives it a fresh tomatoey flavor, and with the cilantro and everything, trust me, you're gonna want to put a lot of ketchup. I'm gonna squeeze this in, see if I can get it to a nice consistency, thick but not too thick. Now we're gonna add some lime juice. I'm gonna use 3 limes. I think that's a good starting point. Maybe 3 or 4 would be enough, depending on how juicy they are. But you definitely want that tartness and the freshness of the lime in your cocktail. All right, now I've added half an onion. That looks just about right. If you're a big fan of onion, you might want to add a whole one. I like to chop mine up nice and small because I'm not huge on raw onion, but it does add a nice extra crunchy texture to this mix. This looks really great so far. Now we need lots and lots of cilantro. If you're one of those people who have been cursed with the DNA of cilantro tasting like soap, I'm sorry, but cilantro is the best. I love it, and it is a huge part of this dish. I don't think it would be nearly as good without it, so cilantro it up. Oh, that looks so beautiful and vibrant. I used pretty much a whole bunch of cilantro, and I chopped it up roughly, some of it small, some of it a little bit bigger. Doesn't matter too much because I love cilantro. I'm gonna squeeze a small bit of Worcestershire in here just for some depth of flavor. Maybe a little bit more salt and pepper. You can add the avocado at this point, but like I said, mine are not quite ripe yet. Hopefully by tomorrow, they'll be there. I'm gonna brown bag them, so hopefully that will get them to ripen a little bit faster. Riley and I are gonna make a cherry pineapple dump cake. So you just open up these cans, dump them in a glass baking dish, sprinkle the cake mix on top, and put some butter, and that's it. You bake it. So easy. That's it, this is ready for the oven. 1.5 sticks of butter cut evenly and distributed on top, and you bake it for 30 to 45 minutes till it's nice and brown and bubbly. Delicious. My avocado didn't quite ripen up, but that's okay. I sliced 3 up into little chunks, got it all diced and mixed in. Look at how good it looks. The shrimp are flavored with tomato, they're all pink, and it tastes so good. Added a little touch of hot sauce to this, and it is perfect. So to serve, you just get some saltines or Ritz crackers. You put a little dollop of the shrimp, make sure you get plenty of sauce and some avocado on here. It's much easier with a spoon. And take a bite. It is so good. So much better than your average shrimp cocktail. You have to try it. All right, I've got a bunch going on right now. My mashed potatoes are reheating back here, and then I have a sauce that I've started, pan sauce here that I'm making with some mushrooms that I sliced. I let them simmer in some butter for a while till they were sweating. Then I deglazed with some red wine. And then I took out the sous vide sirloin tip and I poured all those good juices into here. And I'm going to let this just simmer and thicken and reduce while I get everything else ready. And here is what the sirloin tip roast looks like after 40 hours. I'm not gonna lie, after touching it, it feels a little tough. So I'm really hoping this turns out. I'm gonna pat it dry, rub it with some olive oil and soy sauce, and give it a really good sear on really high heat, but I'm not quite ready for that yet. No, this is the kids one. Okay. We go to party like it's your birthday. So don't change the diesel, turn it up a little. 2 minutes! 2 minutes. 2 minutes till midnight! 3, 2, 1! Happy New Year!
It's not even time yet!
Yes, it is, it just passed.
It says over there, 59.
Just do the countdown.
Oh, that's not here.
They did it! It's 2021! Fireworks! Whoa! What's that?
Oh, she's scared.
She's okay.
Right there, see? More! Yay! Yay!
You make it feel like what? Got lost in the game. That's mad 'cause I got 4 seats.